just heard the budget, and of course we are going through the fine lines. But as of now, as we look at it, the massive infrastructure focus that the government continues with is something that has been helping tourism and shall continue to do so. We are already at a point where India has the second largest highway network after the United States of America. And once again, the Honorable Finance Minister has reiterated the support to the infrastructure sector. Railways getting 400 new generation Vande Bharat Express trains. That's very exciting product from the point of view of tourism. The waterways, the draft DPR that she mentioned about for 5 river links, Daman Ganga, Dipar, Tapi, Narmada, Godavari, Krishna, Pinar, again, providing a huge potential for inland waterways to develop from the cruise tourism perspective. Hospitality sector, once again, finding a mention in the ECLGS, which shall continue till March 23. That again is a support in times which these industry is looking for. In the hilly regions, the Honorable Finance Minister has mentioned about the Parvatmala to be done in the PPP mode. Ropeways, as we all know, is an important infrastructural support which is required for development of tourism, especially the hilly areas. So that's a very welcome announcement from her. Border villages. And we all know that border tourism is something which is of great interest to everyone. We see a lot of scope for tourism, especially the sustainable kind of tourism in these villages and creating employment in border areas. So it takes care of a lot of things. And of course, Northeast, which has been our focus area from tourism in the last year also. Finding once again a mention in her speech where an initial 1,500 crore is being made available for the projects. So we see a lot of, reiteration on large infra, and tourism is truly driven by infrastructure. We do need to remember that the government's huge infrastructural focus is something that drives the sector, and therefore the reiteration on the infrastructure is going to go a long way in creating the enabling ecosystem that is required by tourism and hospitality.
We are really disappointed with this budget. The tourism industry, which is bleeding for the last 3 years and contributing about 10% of the GDP and about $30 billion in 2019. For the last 3 years, there has been no relief given to us. Therefore, we were expecting something in this budget. ECLGS has been extended to the end of 2023. And the other benefits like, linking of rivers or starting of ropeways and all these things are meaningless because they are not going to give us any immediate relief.
We are all totally disappointed with the budget today. We were expecting some relief for the inbound tourism, which is without work for the last 2 years almost now. Shops are closed, there is no employment in our industry, in our sectors, and corrected trade also. EGCL extension is no good for small or medium tour operators. If we do not have the money, what will we do with loans? We will keep our fight with the government going on. We will do this till such time our genuine demands of survival are met by the government. So we are totally disappointed. And I think our Honorable Minister for Tourism should immediately take up this matter with the Honorable Finance Minister that she has not given anything to the tourism industry except for the EGCL. That is all.
The only thing that, if at all, one can see that is the positive for the industry is the extension of the ECLGS scheme up to March 2023. And the infusion of an additional 50,000 crores, which is allegedly or supposedly or hopefully being allocated specifically for the hospitality and related industries. So in terms of taxation, I mean, the TCS was something that we had brought up repeatedly. All associations had brought this up. Faith had brought this up. We had discussed this with the Ministry of Tourism, who said they had also brought it up with the Finance Minister. Finds no mention at all. Yes, there could be certain indirect spin-offs in terms of, for example, the development of the Northeast. But unfortunately, except for the occasional reference to tourism as as a multiplier, as a employment generator, as connecting rather than dividing. Tourism connects, terrorism divides. I mean, apart from mentions sporadically, the government has really not been able to understand the value or to capitalize on the potential of this tourism industry.